Welcome back, humble traders. Today I'll be doing a technical breakdown on Up Fintech, ticker symbol TIGR. If you are new to the channel, remember take a second to give the video a like and subscribe. In return, I'll show you the location of Turkey on the world map. Do note that I focus on potential traps laid out by market makers and I do not provide any buy or sell calls. Without further ado, let's take a look at TIGR. So you can see that TIGR had a very similar pattern to Futo Holdings, and the correction, the wave patterns are all the same. You can see that just yesterday we were down about 10%, so there is quite a big correction. If you do the first wave down and then followed by the second wave, you can see that TIGR waves should end around 460. So 460 here is a very critical support. And of course, you can see that at just yesterday we found some bounce at this cloud. So on the way down, cloud will act as a support, while on the way up, cloud will act as a resistance. So in the event that we may potentially slide further down to around say 420 to 430, this itself is quite a good support as it was the previous low. But not forgetting, there is actually this 10-cent gap here that needs to be closed somewhere between 410 to about 420. This is a 10-cent gap that market makers may intend to close it before going back up again. Upcoming supports, we also have this cloud support here. So what market makers may tend to do is that they tend to break this cloud, because once they break this cloud, breakout traders may come in to turn short, or even a majority of those longs, they will cut their losses at around this area. So somewhere between 430 to 460 maybe a potential stop hunting for these market makers, and they in the event that it is indeed a bottom, then we may potentially see more upside ahead. Projecting it down, it may seem quite optimistic for now, because now the market sentiment is very weak and most of the Chinese stocks are heading down. So we may potentially go back up to around say $8 in the event that these prices were to hold. But of course, there's also this $7 resistance that we have to clear as well before we can continue upwards. So yeah, looking at the MACD, we already have lost some momentum here. So that is not really a good sign. But same like Futo Holdings, we may have a blue line cutting below the orange line, and thereafter going back up again. So even though this cloud is very thin, I'll be very watching this cloud very closely, because we may potentially see a bounce or potential reversal and rebound at these levels here. So it is a very critical cloud support to watch, somewhere between 430 to 460. In the event that we do break down, then perhaps the $4 psychological support will act as a good support here. I don't expect TIGR Holdings to actually come down to these levels here, because it's pretty far away. Even though there's a gap, we may potentially close a gap someday, one day, but not now, unless the stock is very weak and the correction is quite big. So yeah, just a recap: 430 and 460. We should see some good support coming in at these prices. So yeah, if there's any changes, I'll give you guys an update. Thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to subscribe as you keep the uptrend on channel intact. Leave a comment below if you have any other stock TA requests. Till we meet again, appreciate the manipulation.